ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Collection Tour update. Now today we're going to be doing Collection Tour 11.0, and don't worry, I've got a hell of a lot of stuff to show you that has changed since the last Collection Tour. Now before anyone asks, these cabinets and the acrylic risers in the cabinets are from shopfittingsdirect.com.au. Their link will be down in the description below. These ones are 1.2 meter length cabinets, and the one behind me is a 1.8, which you'll see a little bit later. But as you'll see in this video, these cabinets are pretty bloody awesome. Now taking a look at the first cabinet being the Marvel one, I'm really impressed with how these figures all look as a group, and you'll see that when we get to this side right here. The Infinity War shelf looks absolutely awesome, and equally so does the Ragnarok shelf here as well. And what we'll do is we'll go down and then we'll go across and do the same thing there. Now first of all, we have the Ragnarok figures. They look absolutely awesome. I've recently reposed a bunch of figures, including Hela and Loki there. I've given Hela a little bit more attitude. You can see hand on the hip, a little bit more sass, and it looks really, really awesome. And also you'll note that the Hot Toys Odin, the original figure, is back in the background there. He's getting a little bit hard to find, so I'd say if you do want to pick up an Odin, I would go for it, because as I said, he's getting a little bit more difficult to find. Now here we have the Civil War shelf. These guys have been reposed and moved around, and you can see Scarlet Witch and Black Widow hiding back there in the background on acrylic risers, and so is Cap. So you can see everyone depending on what angle you are going from. Don't worry, when we open the other side, you will see Black Widow without the glare there, but this shelf looks absolutely awesome. And you'll notice that Falcon is missing. Don't worry, he's up with the Infinity War figures. He hasn't left the collection, he has just been moved. So I really love the Civil War collection, and I also love the Avengers 1 collection. These guys have been moved around, more acrylic risers in there, again shopfittingsdirect.com.au, but they look absolutely stunning. I do have to work out a better pose. They look a little bit disjointed, not really together like a family as they should, so I'll have to work out some sort of better way of posing them up. And then down here we have the start of the Iron Man collection, so Mark 1, that's the 2.0, the Diecast Mark 2, Diecast Mark 3, Diecast Mark 4, and then 5 and 6, and War Machine Mark 1, but you'll see them in greater detail in just a bit. But those two are my Tony Stark figures. That is the DJ Custom Racing suit, and then that is the Hot Toys Workshop Tony from Iron Man 2. Really, really awesome set of figures down there. I absolutely love the diecast Iron Man line, as I'm sure all of you already know. Now, taking a look at the other side, you're going to see the Infinity War line. This is absolutely, without a doubt, my favorite line of figures in the entire collection. These figures are just absolutely glorious, and my favorite figure in the entire collection at the moment at least is the Mark 50. He is just awesome. He's one hell of a piece. You can see how shiny he is there with the lights all lighting him up. He looks just stunning. But here is the set as it stands. Rocket and Groot, they need to be moved over just a little bit. They're hidden by the middle sort of glass section. In person there's not as much glare, it's just on camera you can't really see them. But there is Falcon with his wings all stretched out. Isn't that one hell of a display? It looks just damn good. And when Gamora comes out, she's going to be standing right there on Thanos' display base, right in the middle there, so she'll be included as well. And when War Machine and Bucky comes out, something's going to have to happen and stuff will move around. I'm also working on a nanotech suit Tony to go with the casual Peter Parker as well, so we'll have to see where that fits into the whole display there. Now here we have a bit of a mismatched shelf. I don't exactly know what's going on here. The situation is developing. The Killmonger will probably go next to T'Chaka. I don't know when the DJ Custom T'Challa set is coming out, and the Hot Toys Throne. I'm pretty sure that's going to be soon, so they will probably all go together. And then the Ant-Man and the Wasp figures will be going with the Endgame line, so this guy will be destined to be forever by himself, unfortunately. But there is the original Doctor Strange with a custom head sculpt with battle damage on it. I got it from a market in Hong Kong, before anyone asks. I don't know where else to get it other than that little store in Hong Kong. And there we have the small Homecoming line, the homemade suit, and the Mark 47. And then of course Tech Suit is there with the Civil War figures. And then Black Widow, you can see, is hiding back in the background, so you got to see her as well. So really, really loving that that shelf there, even though it's a bit of a mismatch. Now this is probably my proudest shelf in terms of posing. I love the way these guys look. There's such a uniformity and like shape distribution to how these guys are all posed up. I really like how it looks, especially that pose there for Hawkeye. It's probably one of my best poses on a figure, I'd say. Really, really loving how they look. And for an example of what not to do with rooted hair, that is the Age of Ultron Black Widow. Her hair is absolutely crazy and all over the place. That is probably one of the biggest reasons why I don't like rooted hair on figures. But either way, the entire shelf looks absolutely stunning in my opinion. Now down here we have the rest of the Hall of Armor, I guess you'd call it. We've got the Mark 1 War Machine, the Whiplash die-cast figure, And we have the plastic Mark 7, which is soon to be replaced with the die-cast one, and he'll probably go up on the Avengers 1 shelf when the die-cast Mark 7 eventually does arrive. Now, above the Marvel cabinets, we have the quarter-scale figures. We've got the Mark 42, the 43, and the 45. These guys have been reposed recently, or at least the Mark 43 has. I've put the unmasked Tony Stark head sculpt on it, so you get a look at one with the faceplate open, one with the head sculpt, and then one fully suited up, and I really do love how they look. I cannot wait to get the Mark III. Now, the final little bit of Marvel stuff on this side of the room, at least, is the Guardians of the Galaxy set, and I've recently reposed them all, condensed them a bit more to give the Justice League a bit more space when they eventually do arrive. But they are looking really, really good. And I've got the Chitauri back there next to Thanos, and you can see everyone really nicely, and they are all nicely spaced out as well. So I think this shelf looks really, really good. You guys will have to let me know what you think of that. And moving down to the Arkham shelf. Now, I know a lot of people complained that they are sort of bunched in, but depending on how you look at it from this angle, you can see almost everyone, and this angle right there, you can see everyone. I know not in the greatest of detail, you can't see the Joker's suit or the Arkham City Batman suit, but you can still see everyone, and they look really, really good. That Deathstroke is one of the best figures in the collection. He is just stunning, and I'm sure you guys will agree as well. If you haven't already, check out my review on him. I really, really love that figure and that collection as a whole. Now, down here we have some So-So Toys figures and also the Mondo Batman. I am absolutely in love with that Zoom. Again, if you haven't already, check out my review on him. He can be Zoom or Black Flash, and he looks equally as stunning in either. And then that is the Scarlet Speedster himself, the Flash from the CW show, and Constantine. So they are looking really, really nice together. Now, but down below here, we have the Fox sort of X-Men cast. We have a couple of Wolverine figures and the So-So Toys Logan figures. So that guy, and that guy are all So-So Toys Logan figures, and they all look stunning. The X-24 clone is on a custom body, though, from ZC Toys with the with the rubber arms, and they look really, really good. And then we have Deadpool 2.0, the Cable from Toys Era, and way back in the background there, we have the Axeman. I'm not exactly sure who made him, but he's a really, really nice figure. Now, let's look at the other side of the cabinet. Moving up to the DC side, here we have the Justice League, or what has come out so far. At least we have the brand new Aquaman. If you haven't already, check out the review on him, Tactical Suit Batman, and Justice League Wonder Woman. My favorite Wonder Woman in the collection, in my opinion. She is just absolutely awesome. And that Aquaman is also a contender for another top 5 in the collection. He is just that good. I'm loving the Justice League figures so far. And then here we have the BVS figures. There's Nightmare Batman tucked away there. I know I have to work on the spacing here a little bit, but for now you can see everyone well enough, and they all look really, really good. And that's a custom, or not a custom, that's a third-party Lex Luthor from a company called First Rate. So check out KG Hobby if you want to see more info on that one there. So really, really awesome. Now down here we have the Suicide Squad figures. If you remember correctly, these guys were actually up a little higher. They are down here now just because I've run out of space up the top there. And the Justice League were a little bit more important, in my opinion, to have them all displayed nicely. But still, these guys, you can see everyone really nicely. They're all on risers, and that Suicide Squad Batman, how awesome does that guy look with his cape just billowing out there and him gliding down? That is just absolutely stunning. And then down here, I know the lights are a little bit bright, but they are not in person. In person, it looks absolutely perfect, but on camera, it's a little bit tricky to get it to look just right. You can see evil version of Superman, Chris Reeves Superman, comic version of Wonder Woman, and the 66 Batman figures. All really, really awesome figures. This is probably my second favorite cabinet after the one here with the Infinity War figures and whatnot. Now up here we have some more quarter scale figures. So we've got the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, one of my favorite quarter scale figures in the collection thus far. Really, really awesome, but that's just because I've got an affinity for Boba Fett for whatever reason. And then we have the quarter scale Batman Begins Batman, who is absolutely stunning, but a bit of a statue, unfortunately. And then we have the quarter scale Joker. Now, it got a lot of hate, but I still absolutely love that figure. And then finally, the quarter scale Dark Knight Rises Batman, who looks absolutely awesome. So a really, really nice lineup of quarter scale figures. I'll see if I can get them all in shot there. There we go. They look absolutely stunning. Now over here, we'll take a look at some of these Star Wars figures. So this cabinet's mostly comprised of Star Wars stuff. However, there are more Marvel figures towards the bottom, and then also some random sort of 80s movie stuff as well. But here you can see a bunch of Jedi figures, including the new third-party Mace Windu, finally transported onto the gang hood body. So you can see how much better it looks, or at least in my opinion, on the gang hood body. But that head sculpt looks absolutely awesome, and he suits the sort of collection nicely. He stands there with the Jedi, and they look really, really good. And the rest of the line looks equally as good as well. I need to put the blade in the Luke Skywalker's hilt there, but there's been some reposing action going on. So that old Ben got reposed, Luke got reposed. So they are sort of moving about here and there. They're not just all in static poses all the time. Really, really awesome. Now, for those who don't know That is the head sculpt that comes with the Stormtrooper Disguise Han Solo, which is actually that Stormtrooper there, and I just popped it on the A New Hope one there. So really, really awesome head sculpt in my opinion, and that's why I switched it out. And then we have the Empire Strikes Back figures. So this is a Sideshow figure, and so is that one. A few Sideshow figures have left my collection. However, I think these two will always remain. They look really, really good. And then we've got the Hoth Leia, and I've got her display base out of storage so that she's actually standing on her display base now, not just standing on the glass. And then we have the rest of the Star Wars and some Return of the Jedi figures in this sort of section here, all looking really, really nice. Now, there's been some reposing and some new arrivals as well. We've got the Avatar, Jake Sully over there, looks really, really good. That is a one beast of a figure. He is absolutely enormous. I didn't know how big he was, but I got him off my buddy Daniel, and he's really, really awesome. I love that figure there. And you can see that I've left a bit of a space here for, I don't know what, but something will be coming out. I'm sure that will need some space, and there it is. And you can see everyone rather nicely. Again, I know people are going to complain about my spacing, but I just had to do it because I've got a whole bunch of figures, and they all need to go on display, and I'm not going to put stuff in boxes and not display stuff. So I'd rather have them out and be able to sort of move around and see them. Like you can see RoboCop if you move around there. So it looks really, really good in my opinion. And then we have the Ghostbusters. I've got Ray Stantz sort of kneeling down there, so he's out of the way. And then over on the side here, we have Venom, which you'll see in just a second when we open the other door. But down here, we have the 3A Deluxe Scale Bumblebee, Hot Toys Optimus Prime. That is a custom black box James Bond figure with a custom head sculpt from Hong Kong. And then we have Neo, the Last Samurai figure, and Altair from Damn Toys. That is actually my fiance's Miss Collection. That is her figure. So really, really awesome to see a whole range of stuff in this cabinet. So it's not just all Star Wars or all one license or anything like that. It is actually a combination of stuff. Now moving over to the other side, if I can open the door for you here, we have more Star Wars, and there is actually some Marvel stuff down below. So here we have the rest of the A New Hope cast, including Tarkin, and also some Battlefront figures. Those two right there, really, really awesome. And then the Bounty Hunters, and popped in the middle there, we have animated Boba Fett, which is just one of my favorite, most vibrant, stunning figures in the collection. He just looks awesome. And then obviously my very favorite Boba Fett is the Empire Strikes Back version back there. So a really, really awesome set of Bounty Hunters there. And you can see everyone nicely, so I don't think anyone has any reason to complain about that. And then we've got the Last Jedi figures in here as well, all looking really, really cool. I think that that Kylo Ren definitely is a contender for top head sculpt that Hot Toys have ever done, in my opinion. It looks just that damn good. And then there's Leia tucked in the back there as well. You can still see her quite nicely, and everyone else is looking good as well. All the First Order, really, really awesome to see all of those guys. Now moving down here, we have some Marvel stuff. So this is just the overflow of Marvel figures. We have the sort of Spider-Verse line here. We've got Venom, we've got Electro, Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure, Amazing Spider-Man 1, and then the Sam Raimi suit as well. And then the Mark IV diecast with gantry from my buddy Aaron at Mint and Steelbox Media. I still can't say a big enough thank you for him sending me that gantry. It's one of the best pieces here, and just a huge thank you to him. And then the concept figures in front, Ironmonger, and then the Ghost Rider from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then down here we have a bit of a random one, but it's my cap collection. So all of the different caps over the ages. So we've got the World War II one, Star Spangled Man, and we've got the the Golden Age one, and then the first Avenger cap, Red Skull, Stealth Suit, and that's the actual Stealth Suit 2-pack with the Steve Rogers. And then moving over to the Netflix TV series figures, we've got Punisher, Daredevil, and the So-So Toys Iron Fist. I absolutely love that Iron Fist figure. Still one of my favorite So-So Toys figures, in my opinion. Really, really awesome figure by those guys. And then moving up here, we have the 3A premium scale figures. So I know I haven't reviewed the Last Night figures, and I don't think I will because the other ones didn't really do that well, unfortunately, in the videos. But we've got the Dark of the Moon figures there, and then the Last Night Bumblebee and Prime, which look just awesome. I mean, look at that there. That just looks absolutely stunning. And then over here, we have my Mezco collection. So this is actually a work in progress. I will be reorganizing this a little bit so you can actually see everyone. There's some SH Figure Arts Iron Man figures back there as well. So there will be some solutions coming from Shop Fittings Direct that will hopefully help me organize these a little bit better. But you can see there's a whole mess of Mezcos up here. I'm absolutely obsessed with Mezco figures. And then that Superman has a custom head sculpt on it there. That's from 1/6 Kit, I believe, and it looks really, really awesome. So I'm loving that collection there. Now, there's one thing that I do want to show you that's a bit of a surprise and I've been working on for a while. It's actually by Ben from Benable FX. So that is his business card there. I'll get it to focus up for you there. So that's Ben by That's by Ben from Benable FX. If I'm tripping over my words there are his details on the back. I'll have his link down in the description below. But I've been working on this with him, and I'm going to reveal it for you today. Don't worry, there'll be a video on this coming very, very soon. But hidden away in here, and I will be putting a few lights in there as well, is the 1-to-1 scale Batman suit, and it is just absolutely awesome. So it's not finalized yet. There's still a few pieces to go in. There'll be a cape going in, obviously. You can see the Velcro, and it's going to go over the shoulder, just like the figure. And he's wearing the Justice League cowl at the moment, but I'm also going to be getting a BVS cowl from Ben. But this is one of the best things that I've ever bought. This is absolutely awesome. And it also comes with, or mine at least, came with a Ben Affleck face cast, and it looks absolutely awesome. I need to get this painted up as well, but this suit is just amazing. You can see the details on this thing. It's truly absolutely stunning. I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say. But it's also on a mannequin that I just got off eBay. Just a random mannequin. And it's padded really nicely. I'll be wearing this to Oz Comic Con. So if you see anyone walking around in a really sick bat suit, then it'll be me. But it looks really, really cool. So that is where that is going to be hidden away. So it's like a secret little Batman display in the actual cupboard there. And then also a random thing here. We have the Beast Wars Masterpiece figures. I said in my last live stream that I collect a lot of random stuff. So there's Beast Wars figures, there's movie Masterpiece figures, and my Homecoming Spidey suit that is also basically a film quality suit with all the screen printing and texture on there, so I love that suit as well. So really awesome. That suit is still a work in progress, and again, Ben from Benable FX helped me put that together, and I couldn't be more proud of the end result. So that's pretty much it for the collection tour. Actually, before I wrap up, people are probably asking, where's the Hulkbuster? He's hidden away there, and in the Mark 43, which I picked up recently, is busting out of the Hulkbuster. But that's pretty much it for the collection tour. Again, if you want to pick up the cabinets, they are from shopfittingsdirect.com.au, or if you want to do a bat suit for yourself, hit up Ben from Benable FX on Instagram, and that's pretty much it, guys. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.